For the latest Stephen King's It news updates, visit hybridnetworkyt.com. Welcome back to the Hybrid Network, everyone, and another look into Stephen King's haunting novel, It. We're concluding our look into the Losers Club as we reach our final member, the de facto leader, Bill Denbrough. While this is a story that encompasses numerous characters and their overarching and intertwining story beats, Bill is considered to be the main protagonist of the novel. Now, this isn't to say that Bill is the best character or the only one with important growth, but it's just that the story revolves mostly around him. His brother, Georgie Denbrough, is the first child to die at the hands of the malevolent and otherworldly entity that lurks below Derry, Maine in 1958, with several other murders occurring afterwards as the children in the town are being picked off one by one. As time passes on, Bill and his circle of friends begins to grow more and more over the course of their summer, forming a bond and naming themselves the Losers Club. Initially, their only troubles were caused by Henry Bowers and his gang, but each of their experiences, Bill included, involves a confrontation with something evil hiding within their small town. Bill's contact with this force all comes close to home as he first encounters the terrifying presence through a picture of his brother Georgie in a photo album. Wanting to see his brother, Bill flips through the pages, finding a picture of Georgie that he stops on, focusing in on it before it turns to him and gives him a wink. Terrified, Bill flings it across the room where the album begins to rapidly flip its pages along, blood seeping out of it. This isn't to say that Henry Bowers or Pennywise are the only things troubling him that whole summer, as his house basically becomes devoid of love, both of his parents being so destroyed by Georgie that they almost seem to have completely forgotten about Bill. Losing a child is always a terrible thing, but essentially they lost both with how much they seem to deject Bill, leaving him to his own devices and on his own for the most part to battle against some monstrous child-preying creature. In fact, the reader basically can find that most of the themes in the book come to a head within Bill's story, this loss of innocence and the fight to reclaim it whilst also braving the bridge between adolescence and adulthood. His stutter kind of acts as the main physical identification of this. A lot of Bill's speech is stunted by this terrible stutter, a condition that he always had, but one that worsened once Georgie died. I always took the stutter as a sign of Bill's battle with fear and grief, with it being used against him at many points throughout the book, but the fact that despite this limitation, Bill pushes on is a sign of looking past our inhibitions and, well, moving on. It's the fear when facing the realization of mortality, the fear of losing his parents forever, and the fear of never seeing Georgie as anything but a sad memory, but I think the thing to take away from Bill is that it's okay to be afraid. Once we move past these fears, we find ourselves able to accomplish anything. That's why the Ritual of Chud is such an important scene. When he and It are battling with their wills amidst the macroverse, Bill overcomes all of that previous fear. He battles through his stutter and breaks through the wall it erected to strike It down, defeating a cosmic entity in a battle of the mind and of willpower. It's a way of breaking through the wall childhood placed in front of him. It allowed him to move past his fears to embrace the rest of his life, to move past previous tragedy and to embrace the life he and his friends had been gifted with. And that's something that I think sticks with you well after you read the novel. But anyways guys, that's gonna wrap up this video. Thank you so much for watching, and be sure to stay subscribed to the Hybrid Network to stay up to date on all of our videos as they come out. My name is Luke, and I'll catch you all next time.